I thought I was just tired, until something in my apartment made me question everything I believed about reality. What happened next still haunts me. It started when I moved into my first apartment. I was 24, fresh out of college, and ready to embrace my independence. The place was nothing fancy. A small one-bedroom unit in an older building with creaky floors and peeling paint. But it was mine, and I was proud of it. The landlord, a gruff older man, handed me the keys with a peculiar warning. It's an old place. Sometimes the pipes make noises, and the shadows. Well, don't let them bother you. I laughed it off. Shadows? Sure. The first few weeks were uneventful, but then small odd things started happening. I'd wake up and find the closet door slightly ajar when I was certain I had closed it. The kitchen faucet would be dripping in the morning, though I always turned it off tightly at night. One night, as I lay in bed scrolling through my phone, I noticed something in the corner of my bedroom, a dark shape that seemed off. At first, I thought it was just my laundry pile casting a strange shadow. But when I turned on the lamp, the shadow didn't disappear. It just stood there, unmoving. I stared at it for what felt like an eternity before convincing myself I was just tired. It's nothing, I whispered, more to myself than anyone else. I turned off the lamp and pulled the covers over my head like a child. But then, it happened again. A week later, I was sitting on the couch, working late on my laptop. My apartment was silent except for the occasional creak of the old wooden floors. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw movement near the hallway. I turned my head quickly, but nothing was there. Just the empty hallway leading to my bedroom. Get it together, I muttered, shaking my head. That night, as I lay in bed trying to sleep, I heard a faint rustling sound. It was coming from the closet. My heart started racing. I told myself it was just the building settling, or maybe even a mouse. I wasn't about to open the closet at midnight to find out. But then I heard it again, louder this time, like something scratching at the inside of the door. I froze. Every muscle in my body tensed as I stared at the closet. The scratching stopped, replaced by a soft creak. The door was opening. My breath caught in my throat as the closet door slowly swung open. The shadow was there again, darker than the rest of the room, taller, more defined. I couldn't move. My mind screamed at me to get up, run, do something. But I just lay there, paralyzed, and then it stepped out. It didn't have a face, but I could feel it staring at me. The room felt ice cold, and I swear I could hear faint whispers, though I couldn't make out the words. The figure didn't move closer. It just stood there, watching. Finally, I snapped out of my paralysis and did the only thing I could think of. I grabbed my phone and turned on the flashlight. The shadow vanished instantly, leaving the room as it was before. But the closet door was wide open, swinging slightly as if something had just walked through it. I didn't sleep that night. I stayed up with every light in the apartment turned on, clutching a kitchen knife like it would actually help me. The next morning, I called my landlord and told him about the strange occurrences. He didn't seem surprised. "Yeah, the last tenant mentioned something like that," he said casually. "She moved out after 6 months. Said she couldn't deal with the presence." "Why didn't you tell me this before I moved in?" I demanded. He shrugged. "People don't usually believe it until they experience it." I moved out 2 weeks later. I couldn't stay there any longer, not after what I'd seen. To this day, I can't explain what happened in that apartment. I've tried to rationalize it. Sleep paralysis, stress, tricks of the light. But deep down, I know what I saw was real. And sometimes, late at night in my new place, I still feel like I'm being watched. If you ever notice a shadow in the corner of your room, don't ignore it. It might be more than just a shadow.